Yankees.
No. That's more like the eastern region where it's inhabited by Nazi frogs. I'm not even kidding.
My wrist, Finley, my wrist hurts.
Okay, I think the stream's going again. Maybe. Oh yeah, it
Oh.
is. Yeah.
It is
Hi.
running. I've gotten the message. Well, like, the upper region is supposed to show that, like, religion is a good way to react to death, but if you push it too far, it is not a good, like, it is not good for you.
Live. Oh my god. Did you just make that like your backstop? Why is it like this? Oh no, you put it in OBS, I see.
Yeah, unfortunately can't do the fucking browser games and tier lists like I wanted.
No.
I'm also gonna browse the Sansi.
There is not any good place to put your live stream on my screen. If I put it in the top left, it's covering the timer. If I put it in the bottom left, it's covering gameplay. And if I put it in the bottom right, it's covering even more gameplay.
That's I'm sorry.
I'll put it in the top middle.
Mario 64 bloopers flashbacks. This is pretty good. What do you guys think?
I think it's good.
Transformative and not a waste of time. Why is
No.
Oh my god, Yoshi committed suicide. No.
I'm gonna put your stream up after I get the PD, which will not be long, I'm sure.
But like I was saying, the northern region is like meant to be your reaction to like, because like religion is like people will turn to religion after hearing they might die or something, and it's supposed to show that like, yeah, it's just like meant to show that, yeah, while that's a good reaction, just like if you push it too far, then it becomes a negative. That's the whole point of the game. It's just supposed to show you not only the reaction of death, but how accepting it.
Oh, when does Rayman reappear in SMG4? I can't wait for that because SMG4 said he was the worst. Sorry to interrupt you. Oh my god.
But like, no problem, man. I actually don't know if Rayman even does appear in SMG4. I don't even know. I can't even remember if he does or not. But so the eastern region, like I said, it is inhabited by, I kid you not, Nazi frogs. So the eastern region is like a more water area, a water type area.
Fucking pedophile! I hope you die.
With like lakes and I agree, I agree.
So I'm not talking about you.
No, I know you were talking about. I know you were talking about the level. But like that area was inhabited by like these otter people, who were very kind. They were like very peaceful, and then the frogs who inhabited the water took over, and basically not only enslaved the otter people, but also committed mass genocide.
Oh.
And so the King Toad of the area, he is the ruler of it, and he is supposed to be the reaction of fighting against death. He is trying to get so strong so that death can't even beat it. He eats people. He tries to put on this huge face when he is in reality not very strong. I mean, he is strong. He's a boss, but like, he dies still. You know, you can't really stop death. It's been like, you know, while fighting isn't inherently a bad reaction to death, pushing it too far is. And then with the western region, it is also inhabited by otter people, but these ones are not as nice. these ones, despite being other soldiers and warriors, they attack Drifter on sight, not even asking him anything. They just attack.
I see.
They're like these crystal people. So what happened with them is their crystals were the ones that killed the Titan. So like each region had killed the Titan in some way. For the North, they killed their Titan by it just freezing from how high up in the mountains they were. Eastern region, the Titan died from the water because it drowned. In the Western region, it died because it got pretty much stabbed by the crystals. And what you'll see throughout that area is these people who have crystallized themselves in hopes to preserve. And you're like very traditional people. And the boss there, once you kill him, you gotta kill a boss. He will not only try to crystallize himself, but once he does crystallize himself, it doesn't work, as half the crystals fall onto the ground, and half of his body just slices off even though it's still crystallized. Which is supposed to be, flight reaction. Yeah, that's a good reaction. I'm pushing this. No, not that one. I mean, fight or flight.
I went really slow at the end there.
But, it's just like, trying to preserve yourself through death is a good reaction, but it's just like, pushing it is,
What is my heart rate? Finley, what is your guess?
120. Did I guess right?
That's 168.
Oh. Okay.
God, dude, my nerve control sucks in these games.
And then, I guess I can get to the main town. And despite the main town seeming very peaceful, these are very peaceful people, if you go to, the more outer parts of the city, you'll see this one guy who's drinking bottles. He's not having a good time. You talk to him and he reveals how, even though he was peaceful and came to the city, he was beaten because he was different. Even though he's still allowed to live in the city. Yeah, this game goes into some very interesting topics despite not having any words or anything. They're all images.
Oh.
I mean, there are words in the games, but it's their own language and you have to decode it, and it's very, very lengthy.
It's like Banjo-Kazooie.
I get it. But, so yeah, not even the main town is safe from the reaction of death is not, just fearing change. Fearing change is not a bad thing, but pushing it is. I don't know, I just really like the subtleness of things. You have to piece it together, and it's really nice. I especially like it since the game was made by a guy who has this critical heart disease. Which basically means... Yeah,
pretty much.
Any day he lives could be his last, according to him. His last day could be tomorrow or that day. It doesn't matter what day, he could just die. And so he made Hyperlight Drifter to basically spill out how he feels, more importantly, how he's reacted to death. And none of them have worked. And so he just kind of accepts it. Which is very fitting, since the Drifter, the character you play, he goes through these regions and kills not only the bosses, but pretty much he is the bringer of death to these areas. He kills them. He killed the cult leader, which not only made the cultists realize their cult was a fake, but even then, they still attack you because they fear death. In the eastern region, despite you killing the giant toad, tried to make himself so powerful, he still dies at your hands.
What happens whenever you take acceptance too far?
Oh, that kind of happens at the end of the
You become
game.
suicidal.
Yeah, pretty much. So what happens is after you do the southern region, you go to the middle down, he sees Judgment appear again and again, reminding images of Judgment brutally killed finally. Not only is Judgment right next to the immortal cell, so you fight Drifter as a boss would, and once you kill Drifter by stabbing in its eye...
As a boss.
Yes, it is a boss. Of course it's a
No,
boss.
I would say... it's nothing. I go awesome.
No, I want to hear it.
You reminded me of like that shitty you sounded in my head. I interpreted it as you said like as a boss would have, like you were calling Victor like a boss, like a retard.
Oh, no.
That's the way I interpreted it.
I mean, Judgment, in my opinion, is the hardest boss of the game for obvious reasons. But once you kill him, despite it showing that you killed him, you technically didn't kill him. You stabbed into the immortal cell, breaking, meaning your last chance for immortality is gone. The only thing that could have kept you alive is gone. Not only that, Drifter hoped that after killing Judgment would cure his sickness, his illness. It did not. It got worse, way worse. He can't even move. He can barely move.
Damn, he's like me for real.
If he dares even move his arm, he just has to cough.
Got him.
Like, this guy he is in pain.
Damn, I relate to that.
And so he follows the dog. Now, the dog in this game is pretty much the representation of death itself, as it has been leading Drifter along its journey, but also was the one that started this journey. And so Drifter follows it because he doesn't know this is death. He just assumes it's his helper. So he follows it because he's still somewhat fearing death, despite him having come to terms that he killed his fear. He's accepting he's gonna die, but he's hoping, he still has that little bit of hope that he'll be fine. And as the dog takes him back to the original part where he first woke up, the roof just starts crumbling in, and Drifter, realizing that this is his deathbed, he just lays against the wall and fucking dies. While the dog just watches him.
Why does this keep getting more and more relatable?
Yeah, that's the story of Hyper Light Drifter. No good endings. I kid you, there is not a good ending for this game.
Yeah, but it just keeps getting more relatable.
I don't know, that's why I love it.
I almost got it.
I like how you have to put this story together. I like how Drifter just fucking dies. Despite it, I want him to live, but I know he just dies.
There is a Hyperlight Drifter AU where he gets brought back and nothing bad ever happened.
That's a horrible AU.
you know there's probably, well, it's not like an actual like AU, like a Sans AU, but someone probably has like it made like headcanon that, oh yeah, Drifter's fine. If for some reason he just gets to come back.
To be fair, Heart Machine didn't say Drifter died, but in Solar Ash, it's pretty much confirmed he died. It's very confirmed. As we see as in Solar Ash, in one of the many references to Hyper Light Drifter, because the game is a sequel. In one of them, you find a wall with a skeleton, not only with a sword, despite the sword being deactivated, but also the little robot helper that followed Drifter throughout the entire game. and also Drifter's cape. So yeah, it's pretty reasonable to assume he died.
Oh my.
I don't know. I do really want to see Drifter again because he is my boy.
Goddamn.
God damn,
You
you want to have
you
sex
know
with that
how
kid?
you have to be to not only kill everything with a deadly sick, like this man kills giant toads, cult leaders, fucking warriors, while being deathly ill and barely being able to stay conscious during a fight.
He also killed
Goddamn.
SMG4.
Like this guy is not having a good time, and yet he's
I take
still
steel.
whipping their ass.
I can't. Finley, I can't find my jump. Can you help me?
Yeah, but channel Finley's power.
Finley, get on Parsec and help me do this speedrun escape.
Uh,
Oh my god, thank you, Finley. You almost helped me. I appreciate you.
yeah, channel Finley's power.
I'm
What's
channeling.
left of
Hold
it.
on. I'm channeling it right now. Right now. Oh wait, no, right now. I'm channeling it. I was close. Pop 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 pop. I get it. I know this song.
Yeah, they love that song.
Is this from SMG4?
Hey guys, I gotta go.
Better
I'm
SMG.
leaving grandparents and going home. So I'll when I and to the call again, and I'll be at home.
Purple now. I probably should have been paying more attention to the guy's color of his car because I would.
Okay. Yeah,
Yippee!
I'll see you then.
His photo matches. Okay.
I think I've gotten better at this game since Kunkle Munker 1.4.1. But even this by not playing it. Don't fucking do that. Oh,
Who?
Kunkle Munker 4.5.1 and Garflorn and Mr.pibb.
Uh, I'll take it.
Arrested him because I need money, but I just love killing him.
You know, you're good like that, and I like that this page is unresponsive. I just want to watch the Super Mario 64 blooper time freeze.
Which one is SMG? Oh, I see right there. Sorry, it's hard to tell which one is SMG4.
Page unresponsive. I can't even click the button, man. Oh, I was finally able to click the button. That took a while.
That's big.
Do you think the page is ever gonna come back or not?
This one was wrong.
I think it will.
I almost
this
didn't see that.
is actually dude, the stream you're doing is actually like experimental art.
Yeah, that's.
I've never seen anything like this on YouTube.
What about it? What particularly about
The fact that there's no main focus and the fact that the background is a PNG and there is no main focus on the screen, and the fact that like they are all, it's just it's just very transformative.
it? Please, please, I just want to watch the SMG4 bloopers.
I remember how you're supposed to do it normally. I get it.
Oh my god, I think it's coming back. I see image. and the buffering. Experimental art. I never thought I'd hear this said about this.
A chopper bootleg stream.
Hey, it's back, it's back. I knew it would come back eventually. It just took like
You just gotta hold in
10 minutes.
Oh, that's the speed straight.
How do you think SMG4 would think if he saw this?
He would be very impressed that about your art, and he would be impressed about my Celeste gameplay, and he'd be impressed about
the fact that the Celeste gameplay is dumb.
And he'd be impressed by Finley's contraband release gameplay.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. I've completely forgot that I was playing it because Finley's just gone entirely silent with that. I've not heard it yet. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Gotta go.
Wait,
Thanks for watching.
Is that what Garfield said?
No, that's what Super Mario said in Looper.
Holy shit.
Nothing to like that. Yeah, I love Loopers. Also, why the fuck is there a playlist literally called every SMG4 video in chronological order?
Because people love SMG4.
And it's correct too. It was last updated today.
Is that Finley's playlist?
No, this is someone else's playlist.
What? Goddamn.
It has 2,848 videos.
Oh my god. That is so many.
Thank God I only have to watch 1,000 of those. Maybe Finley will make me watch another 1,000 for an extra $250. But then he can't claim that he is the SMG4.
I don't think he watched that. If I'm being fully on.
Why is the SMG4 fucking like loop? Why are his oldest videos more entertaining?
Because these new ones are.
Probably because the new ones are like can be like 30 minutes in length. Like they're 10 to 30 minutes in length. And this is it's just 4 minutes. Also, unironically, more happens, and it's weird. The more sounds that are playing in an SMG4 video, the more bored I am with it. I don't know why.
That's just because it becomes you can't even
it becomes harder to pay attention to, actually. Well, I guess that makes sense.
Because you just zone out.
Yeah.
This is how you're supposed to do it. I knew it wasn't that hard. I'm so fucking retarded. Maybe I shouldn't be trying to do speedrun shit when I die instantly. Okay. What?
Nothing, just what this stream is. I don't know, I just don't know what to think about it.
Do you have chat pulled up?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay, good. You gotta make sure. Not gonna get me there.